evening and welcome to Arlington Lanes in Arlington Heights, Illinois, home of the Arlington Muscle League. I'm Mark Giannichini and my assistant here is Joey Biondo. Joey will give you the teams tonight as they square off.
Tonight we have bowling on lane 1, Tracy Lunsford, John K. Arman, Karen Evans, along with Vince Biondo. And then we have Jet Bowling, Pat Robert, Joe Goro, Ken Flynn, and Jem Peach. Should be a really nice competition tonight. Looking forward to it. And you're watching Arlington Muscle in Arlington Heights Lanes in Arlington Heights, Illinois. And we'll be right back for more competition.
And as we're ready to begin here, our muscle match on lane 1 and 2. On the right lane is Pat Robert, a 196 average bowler.
Looks like he tugged that one with a nice Brooklyn.
On your left lane is Tracy Lunsford.
Tracy's a great player. Swings the ball, throws it really slow, down and in shot, throws it beautifully.
Hit the bucket, the beak, but she got away with it. The 610 up on lane 1. Joe Goro is coming up on lane 2.
Joe's one of the lefties on this team. Lefty's shot out here is pretty good. Lefty's been scoring pretty good. Oh, look at that.
A lot of action. Pilot will be hokey, but we'll be okay.
I think Tracy's lost her spare ball here. She's going to look for it.
Ken Flynn on lane 2. Oops, little nerves there on his first shot.
All right, you know it's in the first frame. Doesn't really, as long as he can make a spare, get a good count. Moving on to the second frame, right?
Like a 9-pin and a spare, right?
Yeah, right. First frame doesn't really mean much if you get all 10 down the next time. Oh,
and more bad luck for Tracy.
Tracy with the chop there in the first frame. Oh, nice shot there
Good.
for Ken. Karen Evans up on lane 1. Karen's a staff for DB8. Karen's a real great player, nice down and in player. There's been a lot of oil out here though the last couple of weeks. I bowled last week and it was a lot of oil out there for us straighter players. Karen's on the regional staff member for DB8. DB8's a part of Brunswick. They're a new part of Brunswick that's growing every day. Got some really, really good equipment. That was Jem Peach. Strike there on lane 2. Jim's a staff member of Jet Bowling.
National,
yes.
tough break there for Karen.
Yeah.
9 all day.
Lane 1 here is John K. Arman. John K's a great local player. A lot of national championships. She was the 2001 All Events national champion. We bowled a lot of teams together over the years. Just a great, great player. Unbelievable bowler. Once again, coming up light. It's a lot of oil out there in the beginning these days. That's okay, the lanes break down.
Everybody's nervous. You know, it's cute.
They might be a little nervous here under these cameras. What do you think here, Mark?
Well, I know I would be.
I would be too. This is exciting though. This is, this is about bringing bowling back and making it exciting for the local players. And this is a great, great league. I want to make sure that we talk a little bit about this league and what it has to offer.
Well, up on lane 2 is Tracy again, and on lane 1 is your handsome husband, Vince.
Yeah, I think I know this guy a little bit. Married for 18 years. He's a decent player. Throws it pretty good. Well, we'll see, right?
when did you two meet? Wasn't it in college bowling?
We met actually right after college bowling in Team USA, 1993. And we were married in 95 and been married ever since. Travel the world bowling.
Oh my God, you must have met when you were 8 or 9 years old.
That's about right, yes. Oh, look at that. He has always been a show-off, that's for sure.
Terrific
nice spare
shot.
that by the Biondo. Yeah.
Again, it's Karen Evitz on lane 2, trying to get it going.
Nice shot, Karen. Nice shot. Nice.
We have Flynn on lane 1, correct?
That is Pat Robert, on lane 1. Looks like lane 1's coming in a little lighter. Looks like it's usually sometimes those end pairs, the first lane has a little bit more down lane.
Well, it's ironic. This year at Arlington Lanes, we've had a half a dozen award scores on that pair. It seems that occasionally it's absolutely beautiful and the next week it isn't.
Yeah, I think it depends on the players, where they're playing the lane, how they're playing it, who's breaking it down, because as the bowlers bowl, the oil moves on the lane, so it breaks down the lane a little bit as they're bowling. So depending on the angle that they're playing and the balls they're using makes a big difference out there.
I'm glad you brought that up, because with the quality of players here, there is a large variance of the way that lanes break down accordingly, and the guys that figure it out first usually win the match.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to be able to know your moves, ball changes as well. A lot of people who bowl don't realize, how the lanes are with the oil on them, and the adjustments that they need to make, and ball changes are critical sometimes. And the carry can be a little tricky here at Arlington Lane, so it's important, I think, for them to make those spares that are up there, because it's sometimes a little tricky to strike, depending on the night.
That's ironic that we're talking about how tricky it can be. First place here at Arlington Muscle is $10,000.
Correct.
Now, that might sound top-heavy, but second place is $5,000. And third is $2,500. It goes down from there. However, there are not too many leagues that third place almost breaks even for bowling. For all you bowlers out there, you should know that.
Absolutely. I mean, we pay $500-600 a year just for one league, and you barely make that back in some leagues if you win the league. So it's a big deal to have that amount of money up front.
That's why it's kind of a who's league, if you will.
Yeah.
And we will go through some of those bowlers here through the night to tell you exactly who is out here and competes every Wednesday at where else but Arlington Lanes.
Jim Peach up on lane 2 for the second frame.
Great mark.
Nice shot by Jim Peach there for a double.
Very, very good bowler, Jim Peach. It's all right. Jim Peach, along with being on the National Jet staff, has 14 ABT titles, 2 ABT National Top 10s. He has 2 Sport Shot 300s.
So maybe we should tell a little bit about what sport bowling is compared to the way the lanes are dressed, the way the oil is put down in the lanes makes it a little bit tougher. So those 2 300s he has is very impressive on a Sport Shot.
And believe it or not, he only has 1 on regular house
which
conditions.
Makes it even more impressive.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And continuing out his resume, he has 2 800s and a USBC doubles top 40 finish.
USBC is the United States Bowling Congress national tournament they have every year. Thousands and thousands of bowlers and teams go out to compete in that tournament. Just started a few weeks ago. Goes through June or July, I believe it is.
It's in Reno again this year, isn't it?
Reno, yep. Karen up on lane 1, looking for strike. Yeah.
Oh, now she's getting it. Very nice shot.
these girls can play. I mean, considering some of the teams that are in this league, they're right in 4th place this third and doing real well.
There's Joe Goro with a cover on the 4-pin spare.
Ken here on lane 3 came back there in the 2nd frame with the strike after that rocky start. Kind of a nervous probably start, right? John K on lane 1. Still seems like lane 1's coming in a little bit later, probably a little bit more low down lane maybe.
It's like it carried down
tighter,
a little
yeah.
bit, most definitely.
Oh, nice shot by Ken there on lane 2. Nice solid 9 there. Good shot. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, missing those 10 pins. I missed a few of those in my day.
Oh my.
These spares
Everybody
are...
thinks it's going to hook today, and it's not.
It's not. I'm telling you, I bowled last week, and I had a tough time getting it to hook. It was tough out there, for especially the first game. Once they start to break down and a little bit, and transition comes, then it's a little bit, but then it gets tough too, because you got to make some moves and make some adjustments. This game is not easy, but fun.
For you youth bowlers out there, always take your spare ball and throw straight at it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these accomplished players are trying to hook to the spares, and so far they have not been successful. But the right way to do it is to take that spare ball and throw right at it.
Yeah, you'll see some of them changing to a spare ball. I don't know if everybody has, but it will go straighter most of the time. But you still have to be accurate. As you can see when John K there on lane 1 before, even though she threw a spare ball, she still had to be accurate or she missed it to the left. If you pull a little bit, sometimes you miss it, or you can miss it in the gutter too. So
We're going to take a little break here, and we'll come back and join you maybe in the 7th or 8th frame.